he just went low. He's in his head. He's in his head. He's open his head wide open. Cracked open is amazing.
And welcome everyone, it's Mario Man 100 back again with the First Impression series, and it's time for Metroid 4, obviously Metroid Fusion, via the Wii U Virtual Console, originally released on the Game Boy Advance. This is a game obviously that was set before Metroid Dread, and released after Super Metroid in timeline. Obviously this was released the same day as Metroid Prime. So we're getting a little cutscene here of the story, and love this theme. So good. So good. It's nice and eerie too, which I mean the Metroid Dreads is pretty eerie as well. Now I have not beaten Metroid Dread. I've never actually played this game either, but I hear that this is one of the better games in the franchise. Designed to watch over Biologics research team. So once again found myself on the service of SR388, so obviously this is after Super Metroid, so we go back to SR388, which obviously we visited first in Metroid 2, Return of Samus, and technically Samus Returns, which obviously is the remake of the game. And obviously Samus doesn't know what the hell. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. So the X parasite, as more people know it as now. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck, which obviously we've seen. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt, which obviously we've seen, was drifted away. We've seen this in the opening cutscene before the title screen. Ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. As we'd say, power suit was all gunked out. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then someone found a cure. They proposed using a Metroid cell to create an anti-X vaccine. So we eventually learned that the X parasites obviously were the prey and predator of the Metroids, and vice versa for the Metroids to the X parasite. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR388, which obviously was the baby Metroid that we obviously had at the end of that game and at the start of Super Metroid, and ultimately, of course, leading into the final battle of Super Metroid against Mother Brain. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X-parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. So yeah, we now get what is called, officially in the canon, the Fusion suit. Which obviously much of the power suit has been taken away. It's more the Zero suit underneath. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived, reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. Yeah, because it obviously saved us against Mother Brain and Super Metroid, and then obviously saves not long after. We don't know how long between Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion is, but it's relatively soon after, you would think. We'll soon be arriving at the B.S.L research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biologic Space Labs, or B.S.L, research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the B.S.L station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I've found myself having to do so. It makes me recall the other CO. Then obviously she had in her life, which obviously Other M covered Adam Malkovich. Which obviously Other M wasn't out at this point in time, but to try and fill the gaps between Super Metroid and obviously this game with Other M. Some things got answered, other things were just strange about that game. The game was good play, but the story is just a mess. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X parasites. Not good. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Well, it could have been just unknown. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Now go to the quarantine bay. Now obviously the sound effects are a bit more crunchy in this because of the GBA. And it's going to feel very good to play this game with a analog stick compared to a D-pad. So obviously we can't shoot that because we don't have missiles yet. No, I keep doing that, that's the pause button. And the navigation room here. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. So yeah, so this is more streamlined. Wouldn't say it's hand-holdy, but compared to some of the other games in the franchise, obviously this is not got as much exploration compared to some of the others in the franchise. Like, you're not free to go into certain areas. Okay. Is it the only enemy that I had to beat, or is there more? This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. So literally it can infest anything. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. So yeah, so it's very much shapeshifter, basically. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. So obviously, yeah, like I said, Metroids were obviously the predators of the X parasites, and wiping them out in SR 388, as we did back in Metroid 2, wasn't a great idea for that. That's why the vaccine works so quickly and so well. But it also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. So yeah, so it's like getting a vaccine for something and you now just cannot be affected by that disease ever. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites, which we've just seen ourselves, and we can actually get a health refill without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. Don't know how weapon ammo gets replenished by X parasites, but okay. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue free X parasites whenever you possibly can. This station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I am already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our only chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? So obviously you can press no to get it to read. You can reread in case you accidentally press the button and don't read it. Now get going. I release the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. I'm wondering if I can go this way or I have to go up and around. Yeah, I have to go up and around, okay. That's fine. That's know where I'm going. But yeah, like you have a little bit of exploration in this game, but compared to like games like Super Metroid, the Prime games, apart from maybe Prime 2, games like obviously the original, games that wouldn't be described as like Metroidvania games. Ultimately, this is much more, I wouldn't say like streamlined, it's more streamlined to the plot. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. Well, there's a save station here. It's kind of like the same sound effect as bloody Symphony of the Night. Okay, so we can't shoot that down yet. Navigation room in here. So there's quite a few navigation rooms, I think. I have received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you will be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam cannot hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here, which obviously is the one that's up there. As it's D on the map. D is the data room. Obviously N is the navigation room. S is the save room. R is recharge station, I'm guessing? With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Thanks, computer. Appreciate it. It's still not good. Yeah, so some of those areas like that. Okay, so that doesn't have form, so obviously it won't hurt me, which is good. Good to know. But ultimately, like I said, as you guys know, I've played some of the Metroid games in the past, and this series is fantastic. That computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CEO I served under named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on messages from anyone else. It would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. So obviously the computer that we're talking about now has got a name, and its name is now Adam. Which is pretty cool. Pretty sure it's a recharge station? Yeah, it's a recharge room. So obviously if we needed missiles and stuff like that. Doesn't sound good with all the warning signs going off. other room is just ahead. Yes, which we know. I wasn't sure if and then we get that sound effect for a new weapon, and it is fantastic. I love the remix. So now we've got missiles. Go to the navigation room and it will tell us what to do next. Electrical interference has knocked down the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge bio signs, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X parasite, which I'm guessing is supposed to be green? You'll see them try it out. Considering that the green text is there, I'm guessing it's green. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now, find a way to the target. Should be an enemy in here. I thought that was a power-up in this game, but obviously that was in Zero Mission thing, I guess, is the there's a missile tank. Oh shit, that I forgot that respawned. Oh, there it is. Closed dot. Yep. So obviously you can see on the map, open dot means that we've got a item in the room. Closed dot means that we've got the item that we need to collect. Don't know whether I was supposed to go in here yet. There we go. Jump's a bit finicky, but I've got it, I think. Oh, energy tank. Take that. So I'm going to keep shooting at this thing until it gives me missile pickups, obviously. And then we now have Morph Ball as power up. Love the Morph Ball. One of the best power ups in in Metroid in general. It's a great power up. Love the traversal with the morph ball as well, because it works out so well. There we go. So now we've got missiles. And I think my camera's about to die. So I think that this is a good game. It is a good game to start with, honestly. Same as it's as I had feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by X-parasites. Sector 1, SRX, shows several abnormalities on bioscanners. Sector 1 is a simulation of the SR388 ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Is your objective clear? Yes it is. Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. So yeah, not good. So we will then thank you guys so much for watching this first impressions video of Metroid Fusion via the Wii U Virtual Console for the Game Boy Advance. This has been Mario Man 100. You guys have a great day or night. Of course, take care.